If you're an international student, I bet your to-do list before you leave is a mile long. But there's one thing on that list you absolutely can't skip: health insurance. It's the ultimate safety net, the one you really hope you'll never have to use. So today, we're going to break down one particular option, the Student Health Advantage Plan, and see exactly what it's all about.
I mean, this is the dream, right? The incredible feeling of being in a new country, a new campus, meeting new people. You're thinking about all the amazing new experiences, the world-class education. It's truly the adventure of a lifetime.
But here's the question nobody really wants to think about. Because in an instant, that amazing adventure can turn kind of scary and really risky if you're not ready for a medical emergency. So, how do you protect yourself?
All right, here's our game plan for this explainer. We'll start with the problem, then look at this plan as a potential safety net. After that, we'll decode what's actually covered, see how the whole thing works, and then check out the support network behind it.
Okay, first up, let's talk about that global safety net. The Student Health Advantage Plan is designed to be just that, a shield, really, against all the what-ifs that come with a medical issue when you're so far from home.
And here's what's so important to get. This is a specialized plan. This isn't your average travel insurance for a one-week vacation. No, it's built for the very unique situation of living and studying in another country for months or even years, which, let's be honest, comes with a totally different set of needs.
And this right here is their core promise: global peace of mind. And it's about more than just paying medical bills. It's about quieting that little voice in the back of your head that worries, what if something happens? It lets you actually focus on your studies, your research, and just soaking in the whole experience.
So who can actually get this plan? Well, the good news is the eligibility is pretty broad. It covers not just students, but also their spouses and kids. The main requirements are pretty straightforward. You got to have one of those specific visas, be between 31 days and 64 years old, and of course, be living outside your home country.
Okay, now we get to the really important stuff. What do you actually get? Let's dig into the key terms and the coverage details to see what this plan really offers.
First, let's demystify a key insurance term, the deductible. The simplest way to think about it is this: it's the first chunk of the bill that you pay out of pocket for a new injury or illness. Once you've paid that amount, the insurance plan jumps in and starts paying its share.
And right after that deductible, something called co-insurance kicks in. This is just how you and the insurance company split the rest of the bill. You might see something like an 80-20 split. That just means that for every covered medical bill, the plan pays 80% and you're on the hook for the other 20%.
So with this plan, you've got two main choices: Standard and Platinum. Think of the Standard plan as your solid, comprehensive baseline. The Platinum plan, well, that's the upgraded version with higher limits and some extra perks. Let's see what that looks like when we put them head to head.
And this is where the differences really pop. Right off the bat, the Platinum plan boosts that maximum limit per injury all the way up to $500,000, and your deductible drops to just $25. Also, notice the waiting period for pre-existing conditions gets cut in half, from a full year down to just 6 months. And here's a big one: maternity coverage is only included in the Platinum plan.
But hey, the great thing is, no matter which plan you go with, you're getting some really solid core coverage. You've got the essentials, like hospital stays and prescriptions. But look closer. It also covers things that are super relevant to student life, like club sports and mental health support. And this is huge. Both plans include up to $500,000 for emergency medical evacuation. That's the kind of thing you'd need if you got hurt in a remote area and had to be flown to a major hospital.
All right, so you get the coverage, but how does it all, work in the real world? How do you sign up? And more importantly, how do you use it if you have to? Let's walk through the practical steps.
The enrollment part is super simple, really just 3 steps. You apply, you pay, and you get your documents. The key thing is to get this all done before you travel. And here's a little pro tip from the source material: go for the online option. You'll get your ID card and proof of coverage right away, as soon as you're approved. Okay, I need you to burn this word into your memory: pre-certification. It sounds complicated, but it's not. It basically means you have to get the thumbs up, the green light, from the insurance company before you have a non-emergency hospital stay or a surgery. It's their way of making sure the procedure is actually medically necessary.
And here's why that word is so important. The whole claims process really starts with pre-certification. Now, listen to this, because it's a huge deal. The brochure warns that if you skip this step, they can cut your benefits in half. That is a massive financial hit you do not want to take. So you pre-certify, you get your care, and then you have 180 days to send in the claim. You know, a plan is only as good as the actual support you can get when you need it. So what happens when you actually need to find a doctor or check on a claim? What's the network like?
The support system is actually pretty cool and has a few different layers. If you're studying in the US, you get access to the massive United Healthcare network. If you're elsewhere, they have their own international network. And it's all backed up by modern stuff, like Teledoc for virtual doctor visits and a web portal where you can manage everything yourself.
So what does that big US network actually look like? Well, take a look at this number, 6,797. That's how many hospitals are in the network. And that's on top of more than 1 million doctors and specialists. It's this huge web designed to make sure you can find care pretty much wherever you are in the States.
And if you're studying outside the US, you're not left out. The network there is still huge, with over 18,500 providers. But the most important feature here is direct billing. This is a game changer. It means that at certain facilities, the insurance company pays the hospital straight up. So you don't have this giant bill in your hands that you have to pay first and then wait to get the money back. Look, at the end of the day, an insurance plan is just a promise to pay. So you want to know the company making that promise is solid, right? This plan is backed by Sirius Group, which is a major player with a really high financial strength rating. That gives you confidence that they'll actually be able to pay claims when you need them to.
And really, that brings us right back to where we started. All of these things, the networks, the different levels of coverage, the support, they're all designed to deliver on this one core idea. It's about creating a true sense of security, no matter where in the world your studies might take you.
So as we wrap this up, it really all boils down to this one question. Whether it's this specific plan or a different one, the question every international student has to answer is the same. If the unexpected happens, are you truly prepared? Does your plan give you genuine peace of mind? Honestly, that's the most important question you can answer before you even step on the plane.